Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a videocast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando. So we are well overdue for an Infinite holocron update following the high stakes release. Typically I get it out about a week after, and obviously that hasn't happened. So today I'm here to talk about why I haven't done that yet, the specific challenges around the high stakes release, and the help that I have from the Star Wars Destiny community. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Happy Monday. So I've had multiple people through multiple channels reach out and ask, where's the Infinite holocron update, which is a completely fair question. So today, like I talked about in the intro, I kind of want to talk about some of the specific challenges around the high stakes release, and then I'm going to say frustration, but that doesn't mean like I personally am frustrated. I just mean maybe that way. It's kind of like a catch. Yeah, the infinite, managing the Infinite holocron is kind of like a catch-22. I think that's maybe the better way to say it, right? So it's not that I am frustrated, right? It's just that there's frustrations around that. So yeah, I mean, let's talk about that first, right? Kind of the specific challenges around the Infinite holocron as it exists, right? Is when I do an update and I change something, I always get feedback that, well, show me the data that this is a problem. And the reality is that we can't, guys, right? Because there's no, it's not that there's no, like Dice Commando, we have one about once a quarter, right? In ARH Infinite, we have one once a quarter. And, that no one else really is doing them by and large. So, it becomes hard to come up with that data. And then the other catch-22 of that is that when we do it for Dice Commando, we encourage people to go break the system because that's how we collect the data for what's broken. But then the tournament's not very fun because it's just a bunch of broken stuff, right? So like I said, it's kind of like a catch-22. We're like, we have to put the changes in so that we can have fun. But then if we put the changes in, we take feedback that we're putting in changes without data. So anyway, that's the catch-22 of the whole thing, basically from every angle. So yeah, the reason that so typically I put it out the Friday following the new set release, and by typically it means like it's what I've done we've only have 3 sets in, so 2 points make a straight line, I guess, right? So fair enough. But that was generally the guidance, was to update it. Now, I could just release it today and just add high stakes and the errata that came out in the early cycle or whatever they called it. I could do that, and maybe I should just do that and call it a day. But I have some specific concerns around high stakes with how it fits into the larger card pool. So let's just kind of go into that. So most of the concerns, and in the grand scheme of things, these are not big deals, right? But there are some certain card interactions that I'm really scared about in Infinite, right? Because think about it, Infinite it's a pretty brutal format because there's so many copies of everything. Decks are either really, really fast aggro, or they're like super lockdown, ramp control, mill, hybrid stuff, right? So the need for speed decks, which is that's what I call them. I know that others don't call them, but specifically what I'm talking, like the benthic wedge stay ahead, you guys know what I mean, like the stay ahead, go fast piloting claim, right? The need for speed decks present, and yes, I do know that there's been balances, right, with the mid cycle, but those cards in themselves present an interesting, the cards that form the core of the need for speed decks present an interesting challenge in Infinite, because of partnering with a lot of other cards that basically do kind of similar stuff, right? So I want to remind everyone, for example, of the Han Biggs AR deck that existed at the end of Across the Galaxy, right? And even into Convergence for a bit, where you could basically activate your whole team and then jump out, right? So just keep that in mind, right? And because things have gotten better now with pilot. Remember, Biggs was effectively piloting. Han got activated by the Falcon, and yes, AR has been changed. Again, you can pull holes in that, but what I'm just saying is, remember that type of concept where we had, especially in ATG. That's why I'm saying is because you had hit and run and drop in and instigate. Well, no, okay, instigate was convergence, but still, so you had multiple ways to do that. You combine that with instigate, things start getting fast, right? And then the ability to jump out. Now, keep in mind, we do have hyper jump or hyperspace jump and retreat restricted with each other. So we have some checks and balances in there. And anyway, I'm getting off topic, but just keep that thing in mind, right? So now we add in from high stakes specifically Create Dragon Lair and Stay Ahead. And Create Dragon Lair should remind you very specifically of a card called Planetary Uprising from Spirit of Rebellion, which you can have 2 in, right? So with that plus Planetary, you could potentially by round 2, right? And remember, we have Merchant to get us money, and even if we incorporate the eject thing, which we totally will, you have all this way to go fast and get money. And then you add in, so then you can, with Planetary, you could claim and potentially just do 6 indirect on a claim. Or if you have Stay Ahead out, which you would because it's a 3-point plot to replace the old AR, right, in that Han Biggs-ish. I'm not saying Han Biggs because there's better, why wouldn't you run Wedge, right? But that type of thing, you could potentially claim, throw 2 damage on your roll out on an instigate or a hit and run or a drop in, resolve dice, claim, throw 2, and then planetary create dragon, right? So you have 8 on a claim after you on an ambush roll in. I don't know that's... And then at the point where, like I said, with an Infinite, where you have hit and run, and you have drop in, and you have instigate, you have 6 action cheat, potential 6 action cheat in your deck. There are other stuff out there that do direct damage. And then on top of that, they could run one, because I think they're all restricted with each other, right? You could run one of the escapes for the turn that doesn't go the way that you want. So that's a deck that I'm very, very, moral of the story is that's a deck I'm very, very, very concerned about. And that's just the one that pops up first, right? That's not after we let all the evil geniuses like Davey DTD and those guys go figure out all the other stuff, right? So, thank God hit and run doesn't work with Commando, right? But anyway, so I think you guys understand where I'm saying, right? So those were some cards just right off the bat that I had some specific concerns with. There's a lot of cool things that I'm looking forward to out of high stakes, like running Ayla with Ahsoka actually seems pretty cool, and there might be other. That just seems fun. There might be plenty of other and Shotos on Ayla, hell yeah. But yeah, there might be other. There might be others, there are totally other stuff out there. So there's a lot of exciting stuff about high stakes. I'm not saying that because that's a good point to bring up, right? Let me be very clear here. I am not saying that high stakes broke Infinite. That's not in any way what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are specific pairings out of high stakes that I'm concerned about in Infinite, and we need to get those tested, which leads me into my help needed from the Star Wars Destiny community. So yes, we have an Infinite format tournament coming up. I think it's traditional Infinite. Well, I will talk to guys and we're gonna get one scheduled. If I think it might actually be traditional Infinite. So, should have got that figured out before I sat down into the cache, shouldn't I? But either way, we're gonna get an ARH Infinite one under our belt to get some data. But I need the community's help. I need your guys' feedback. No, I don't need your feedback. I need your data, right? Because feedback doesn't help me. It helps me. But when I do that, there's always people that ask for, well, where's the data? Prove it. Because they want to play the broken stuff and they don't want their toys taken away, right? So anyway, that's what I need. I need your guys' data. I need your help. and let's get this figured out together. So that's pretty much it for today. Like, you know, and I don't really need to go much. It's just basic an explanation on why it's not done yet, and that's why. And in order, like, I do want to get it done, but I don't just want to throw the Infinite Holocron out there and let it be broken either. I don't know. Maybe I have the wrong approach here. And again, if I do, let me know in the comments. If you just want it out as it is, fair enough. I mean, I think everybody can, you know, extrapolate the lines that high stakes would be legal with the ARH edits. I mean, that's obviously an ARH mid-cycle up to edits. Like, obviously, that's what I'm going to do. I'll incorporate. I don't know that I'm going to take, because droids are still legal, I don't know that I'm going to take, well, droids aren't technically still legal because they're restricted, but I don't know that I'll take chopper. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. But either way, the help needed I have, guys, is go figure out, go play ARH Infinite and figure this out and get me the data, right? It's not possible for one group to get all of the data that is necessary to satisfy the ancillary groups. I need your help. So anyway, that's it. Moral of the story. Let me know. Appreciate the help, guys. Appreciate the understanding and the patience. It'll come, but we just need to make sure it gets done right, because that's more important than speed. So need for speed. All right. Anyway, that's it today, folks. Go Commando.